Call of Duty Vanguard. A game that had a lot of promise, showed a lot of potential, that ultimately disappointed us with the lack of care, lack of proper updates, leaving us with an unfun, buggy mess on the holidays, only to have doubled XP on everything to compensate for the issues that they left us with. It's a sad story, and it's hopefully a COD that we don't ever really need to unearth once it's buried this week. So, before the death of Vanguard, let's get one more F in the chat. So, about the campaign, I'll be honest, I couldn't be bothered to record footage for it. I would have had to re-download it and record it, but I just didn't. I didn't care enough. The campaign clearly didn't care enough to tell a good story, because it thought, oh, Call of Duty doesn't have iconic characters, so let's force some of them iconic characters into this franchise by giving us such standouts as Kingsley or Paulina or Wade or Lucas. Do you even remember half of the dudes that I mentioned? Probably not. Oh, how about Novak, the player character in the first mission, who dies in the first mission? I'll say this to end off with the campaign. Ethan the robot from Infinite Warfare has so much more personality than every character in Vanguard combined. It's not even funny. Multiplayer. What a freaking mess multiplayer was. It showed promise. It had the content on launch. 16 maps. We haven't seen that in ages. As opposed to Black Ops Cold, where I had like 8 or 6 real 6v6 maps. And that was it. And it was really disappointing. Vanguard says 16 maps. Well, actually said 20. With those stupid Champions Hills maps that also never really got updated. That mode was left as it was, and it was never touched again. What a shame. Couldn't even choose the amount of players that you could play that mode with. It was, you could only play trios or solos or duos depending on what the playlist update demanded. That was it. How about Arms Race? Oh, that mode that looks like Ground War, that has this huge map in the Alps. Probably the worst Ground War style map I've ever seen. The mode is not fun. The map itself is just a whole bunch of open space with some bases in random spots. It doesn't even play well. It doesn't even look well. And guess what? It went completely unsupported throughout the rest of Vanguard. The guns. Sure, they were fine, but I don't know. The gun balance was complete whack. 10 attachments proved to not be a great idea in the slightest. STG and MP40, as you would expect, were really OP on launch and took for a long time for them to be pretty much power crept. I don't even know if they nerfed those guns. I don't even know how much gun balance there was at all post-launch. Was there any? There probably was, but I wouldn't remember. To be honest, I stopped playing this game after Season 2 Reloaded, and about that point I said, yeah, I'm good. I'm out of this. For good reason. Season 3 had nothing for Vanguard. 2 maps, 2 okay maps, and some guns. Same as Season 4, a couple maps and some guns. And Season 5, a couple maps and some guns. It's all about them operators, dude. Do you even remember like half of the operators? I'm pretty sure nobody remembers any operators here. They had to put Butcher as the face for Season 4 because he's more recognizable. Oh, and speaking of this mother fifer, the only announcer in multiplayer, because there were no factions. My team versus enemy team, both led by Butcher. So what is this? Butcher sending 2 of his teams to fight against each other? Sending people to the meat grinder, this asshole. Oh god. Oh, speaking of the seasons, usually there would have been a nice story being told throughout the seasons, right? I mean, Modern Warfare and Cold War did it. But Vanguard said, nah, we're good. They tried during Season 1 and Season 2, also combining things with Caldera, the map for Warzone. And then Season 3 said, nah, you know what, we're good. Godzilla vs. Kong, by the way, that happened. Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong in World War II, and we had secret weaponry that could help us in the battle against the Titans. And then Season 4 said, you know what, we're jumping to 1975, or 76, I don't remember. And it turns out Butcher is just now killing members of Vanguard for gold. Like, if you wouldn't know that it was 1975, then you would just be wondering, why is there a helicopter in World War II? Oh, it turns out it's not World War II anymore, but none of the characters aged. And Butcher's now killing them because he wants money. Then on top of that, Season 5 says, Ah, you know what? Menendez, Rourke, Seraph, and Al-Assad. Rourke is probably not even part of canon anymore. Seraph is way too far in the future. Menendez, not even young Menendez. No, it's old Menendez from BO2. And freaking Al-Assad because why the fuck not? And they're trying to destroy Caldera for whatever reason. Why? I don't know. Is it ever explained? No. There's no, like... Do you remember when Warzone, during Modern Warfare 2019, had, like, these pieces of intel that you could find in the map and you could connect the dots for the story that's going on? And even predict what's going to happen in the next season? Cold War didn't have that, but it had more thematic things around the story in terms of gameplay. But Vanguard just had nothing. The Vanguard season literally had nothing to offer to Warzone. Warzone basically just ran off its own, and it was more like the reverse. They were making the content for Warzone, and they integrated it into Vanguard. It almost feels like it was that way. And the weapons that they kept introducing were not even interesting. I mean, every season, an assault rifle and an SMG, an assault rifle and an SMG. Oh, you want a shotgun? Nah, there aren't any good shotguns in World War II. What do you mean? Oh, you want an LMG? Yeah, we're gonna give you a broken one with the Whitley, and then the rest are just fine. Oh, you want a new sniper? Just get the Gorenko. But, oh, that Lewis that it's in the campaign? Nah, you don't need it. No, I can't. I seriously can't. All this footage is from yesterday. I tolerated this game as much as I could, but at some point I just said, nah, I can't anymore. This game is pure frustration. Players are cringe right now. I mean, we've been seeing this, so people are just camping on their spawns or just playing lame. Those people who are still playing this game are just, I don't know what they're doing. I don't care to know, because I'm never touching this game again after today. Oh, how about freaking zombies? Hi, Gordon from the future here. So my zombies footage got completely deleted. And honestly, I am not going to go back and record it. You'll see why later. But it's not worth it. So enjoy more multiplayer footage. Sorry. Oh, cool. We're going to do the occult. We're going to have some demons. Ooh, it should be spicy for the zombie story. Oh, it's also part of the Dark Ether story from Cold War. Neat. We get basically the origin story of some characters from Cold War. We're totally going to see Zykov in the Dark Ether at some point, maybe absorb this guy Cortifex or something like that. Nothing happened with zombies. If you care about the Dark Ether story, you can skip Vanguard completely and you wouldn't miss on anything, because nothing happened. You have all these characters set up, mainly the demons, which is really cool, and all they do is just be a field upgrade, and then you fight the main bad guy Cortifex, you win, he dies, and that's it. Literally no payoff. And a thematic like this, demons, the occult, has so much potential for a lot of lore and a lot of exploring what the Dark Ether was at that point in time. But nah, huge wasted potential, and don't even get me started on the maps. Deran Fang is one of the most boring zombies maps I've ever played in my life. Just a bunch of reuse of assets while we're introducing Shinonuma, but not even the full version. Oh, and the mode is not even round-based. It's a weird kind of Outbreak mode, but mini. It's an Outbreak mini that's very unfun to play. And then they made another one like that, another map, Terra Maledicta. It was just as bad. Oh, you want Easter eggs to maybe perhaps have a boss fight at the end of the map to make all this grind worth it? Nah, you don't get that. Oh, you mean to tell me Terra Maledicta had one? Yeah, it's just one of these stronger special enemies in the game. Nothing special to it. And then they say, you know what? Yeah, this isn't working. We're going to go back to round-based. Everyone's going to love us for it. And we're going to reintroduce Shinonuma, because we can actually complete the map now from the half-assed version that existed in the Ranfang. So yeah, they completed Shinonuma. Neat. And what did they do after that to save the mode? The Archon, or pretty much just Terra Maledicta but round-based. The only redeemable factor of that map is the boss fight, and that's it. So yeah, I have absolutely no desire to ever come back to this game. And Vanguard is one of those games that I feel does not deserve any kind of praise after it dies. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is gonna come out, some people are gonna hate it, and a lot of people are gonna go, oh yeah, Vanguard, that was the best game, of course. You'll hate it because you're dumb. But I always loved it. No, you didn't. Nobody loves Vanguard. It's absolutely disappointing, and not a Modern Warfare, not a Modern Warfare 2 is coming out. There is only one thing left for me to do. Right, that's as much as I can tolerate of this game. Goodbye forever, Vanguard. You will not be missed. F's in the chat.